believe that leaders must display dignity. I believe that leaders must tell the truth.
What is up, music friends? Back for another message from the office, which is typically wherever I happen to be at any given moment. You might be able to hear a little monsoon rain and lightning out there, which I think is super cool. I'm gonna get to my man Steve Kerr in just a minute. He was super famous in my home state playing basketball growing up, and then super duper famous times 1,000 after he became the Golden State Warriors coach. This whole video today is gonna be about two things, mostly truth, as he said, and dignity. Now, with that said, let's take a look at some of the dignified actions going on outside of the DNC convention all week. So yeah, that's charming. That he, she, with a mask on, I'd cover my face too if I was doing dumb shit like that, was in that cop's face telling him to get a life and get a real job and all that kind of stuff. Those are the kind of people, I know they're not the leaders that Steve Kerr alleged is to be referring to in that speech, but these are the kind of people who hang around the kind of leaders that he prefers. Happens all the time. The liberals are burning down cities. Antifa, Black Lives Matter. No one really talks about them anymore. I mean, they show up here and there. They're burning shit down. That's what happens around the lefty, crazy liberals. Take a look at this.
As you guys can see behind me, we've got quite a few protesters, and the police have now arrived. Now, they broke through this first barricade, and they were trying to break through the second one that's right behind me. So now police have arrived. There's quite a few present. Again, this is day one of the DNC.
Well, not the exact kind of thing I would expect to see outside the RNC in Milwaukee. If you got clips of that kind of thing going on, please share them with me. I also saw another person surrounded by really bad people as he was trying to stop them from burning an American flag. I'm not even going to show you that clip. It's so gross. I won't even show it to you. That being said, I'm not going to distract us because from the moment we started this video, my promise to you was two things: truth and dignity. Let's jump back into the truth and dignity theme right now. As I enter into our conversation, the President of the United States of America, Joe Biden. Enjoy.
The truth is, I'm the only president this century that doesn't have this decade, that doesn't have any troops dying anywhere in the world like he did.
Well, I wonder if the families of the 13 servicemen and women that died in the most disgusting, disgraceful exit of Afghanistan would feel about that statement. I'm not going to tell you how I feel, but let's hear what Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democrat and former Republican vice president hopeful, I was kind of rooting for her, to be truthful. But let's see what she has to say about it.
President Biden had the audacity to look into the camera and proudly proclaim that no service members have been killed under his administration. This was a punch in the gut to me and to all of us who have worn the uniform, who continue to serve, and especially to the Gold Star families of the 13 servicemen and women who were killed during Biden's disastrous exit from Afghanistan.
So yeah, real talk here, okay? This is the President of the United States. And you could say he misspoke or doesn't know what he's doing and that's why he's not the president. Wait a minute, he is the president still. I don't know what's going on. Either way, that is disgustingly disgraceful. And you can fact check me on this one too. I'm not exactly sure. I try to be like, if I'm doing this kind of thing, very factual, but I'm pretty sure a handful or so of other service members were killed this last January in a drone strike in Jordan. Pretty sure that's true. That being said, even the other 13 families, like what if that was one of your kids? And he's proudly proclaiming, as Tulsi said, that no one's died on his watch. So full of shit. Now, speaking of Afghanistan, let's take a look at what the billions of dollars of shit we left behind there for the Taliban did for them recently. This is a recent parade that they had with mostly our stuff. They must have found the keys and figured it out. Not exactly the Macy's Day Christmas parade, but it sure is interesting. Take a look.
M15 چین لرونکي امریکایي ټانګونه د جګړې ډګر ته د پرسونل د انتقال پرمختللي ټانګونه دي چې د جګړې په ډګر کې ترې ګټه اخیستل کیږي. دا اصغرواله واسطه د ماشینګنو او ټانک ضد وسلو د انتقال ظرفیت لري او تر ډیره بریده د غوندیو مرمیو او ماینونو په وړاندې مقاومت لري.
Let's get back to some more truth and dignity.
Why are you voting for Kamala Harris?
Because she is the woman that we need right now.
Is there any specific policies or anything that really makes you vote for her?
I just believe in her.
I'm so sorry. That was for later. Back to truth and dignity.
And chanting the same exact anti-Semitic bile that was heard in Germany in the early 30s. Neo-Nazis, white supremacists, the Ku Klux Klan. When the president was asked what he thought had happened, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "There are very fine people on both sides. My God." That's what he said. That is what he said and what he meant. That's when I realized, had to listen to the admonition of my dead son, I could not stay in the sidelines.
That was this week at the convention when they dragged his ass out there at almost midnight Eastern Standard Time when he's babbling like a dumbass like usual. Mr. King Oatmeal for Brains. Stood up there and lied to your face. That has been debunked 1,000,000 times. As long as they just shove it down your throat as a liberal, because a lot of you I know are, a lot of you hopefully aren't, believe it. It's bullshit. The PP tape hoax, Russian collusion hoax, the bloodbath hoax when he was talking about the auto industry and taxes coming across the border from Mexico. And then that one, find people on both sides, even Snopes, if I can put it right over here where you can see it, the decidedly left-wing publication 7 years later, well, better late than never, told you that no, he didn't say that. But let me stop talking. You take a look for yourself. That's exactly what he said. Jesus.
You had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay? And you had some very bad people in that group. But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides. You had people in that group, excuse me, I saw the same pictures as you did. You had people in that group that were there to protest the taking down of, to them, a very, very important statue and the renaming of a park from Robert E. Lee to another name.
Stuff's a little heavy. I understand that. I don't want to do this at all. I don't want to make political videos. I want to sing, I want to write songs, I want to teach you other things about travel and fitness and food and things that I like because I'm good at those things. And I think you'll appreciate them. But because it's so fucked up, I have to do this. But we're gonna wind it down full of humor. We're gonna take a short commercial break from someone I would never let sponsor anything that I do. Presidential hopeful, Kamala Harris. Real talk, it seems like, I just looked at another clip earlier, that people are having a hard time with their name, left and right. Okay, so some people are calling her Kamala. No, Kamala. No, not that. Kamala Harris. Pretty simple. Kamala. It's crazy. Especially people on her party. I'm like, dude, get her right. Let's see. Big Bill's got it right. Let's check this out.
Our leader, Kamala, and
Kamala.
Kamala, and
Kamala here.
So you're now no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud that exists above us, right?
I'm so sorry, we have one more late entry sponsorship that'll never sponsor anything I ever do for another message for you. I got two of them for you, check it out.
Kamala and I are committed to strengthening legal immigration.
Okay, good, great. Thank you so much.
Is closed. The border is secure.
The border is secure.
The only reason the border is not secure is Donald Trump.
They've been in power, for 12 of the last 16 years, and everything is Donald Trump's fault. Do you know how fucking retarded that is? They lie to you about everything. I can spend all day proving it to you. I can't. I'm gonna do this here and there. The next one will be shorter. I'm just gonna debunk one little retarded thing. Forgive that language. I shouldn't use that word. I actually feel bad for doing that, but I'm just saying, like, these people are so disgusting. That's the first word that comes to mind. Actually, they're not retarded because they're sociopaths. They know what they're doing, and they're just, like, dysfunctionally corrupt, is the truth. So, yeah, why do I say that? Oh, I'm gonna leave you with one last clip from the DNC convention. Michelle Obama just, sort of another beautiful little microcosm. I love every damn one of you. New song coming out next month. I've got like 10 songs in the hopper. I just haven't had time to bust them all out. New album coming out at the end of the year. I'm gonna be performing a little bit here in town locally. If you happen to be locally, I'll keep you informed there on my socials that I never even look at, but definitely here too. Yeah, once again, love you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video as best you could. And I'm sorry I didn't mean to sound like a dick. If I sound like a dick, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but it's my job to prove to you that 100% you're probably confused if you're on the wrong side of the fence. You know what I mean? See you guys soon.
She and my father didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed.
They've purchased the Martha's Vineyard estate, former First Family paying a little less than $12 million. The nearly 7,000 square foot home has 7 bedrooms, 8.5 bathrooms.
They were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed.
Chavez Rodriguez, will Kamala talk to the press? Will she do a press conference? Will Kamala do a press conference? Will she do a press conference?